Good morning, Cold Front Mafia. How are you? Say hello.
Hi.
We are back in the building. Today is Sunday, the 28th of December. Merry Christmas to everyone. Hope everyone had a fantastic holiday. We are back in business. East, how was your Christmas?
It was good.
Yeah, why was it so good? What did you do? What did you get? Why don't you tell everybody?
On Xbox
Oh, you got an Xbox? What kind of Xbox?
Series X, or was it an
I thought,
S?
yeah, I believe, no, I
Series
think
X.
you know. There's a 14 different types of Xboxes out there, apparently, which none of us knew until you go to try to purchase one and you don't know what the heck you're trying to buy. So that was difficult. Um, Xbox Series X, you can put the discs in it versus just the digital version. Is that right? Yeah. What games are you playing?
Call of Duty, 2K, Madden,
2K. Do people know what that means?
NBA 2K,
NBA 2K. Okay.
26.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah.
Hope you had a good Christmas. What did we do right before Christmas though?
Right before Christmas,
Yeah.
we went to
Where
my
did we go?
aunt's house.
Yeah, before that.
Before that.
Yeah. What did you do last weekend, Easton?
Oh, we went to the game. We went to the Cleveland Browns game.
Yes, we did. Cold Front and family traveled to Cleveland, and what a gracious host they were of us. I'm kidding. We had to pay for it.
Yeah.
The what really surprised, have not been to Cleveland before. I've traveled a bit around the United States playing baseball in my day years ago, but I had not made the stop or venture to Cleveland, and I was really surprised about how nice the city was. It was very clean. People were inviting. Um, really, no one was rude or nasty. Everyone was nice. There were
Except
nice
for
people.
those couple Bills fans.
Yeah, but it was people from so they were giving Browns people a hard time. Really, really nice city and nice people, and we enjoyed our time. The stadium was, kind of an old school vibe. Ended up being a lot closer than of a game than we would have liked, really. But
that was too close.
yeah, but it ended up, with a W. Not all wins need to look fantastic. A win is a win. At the end of the day, the scorecard, the box score, and the standings don't know any different between a bad win and a good looking win. So a win is a win. Now, what happened last night in the NFL with the Houston Texans beating the Los Angeles Chargers is the Buffalo Bills just jumped the seed in the playoffs without even getting onto the football field. Good or bad, you can look at that multiple ways. The Texans took it to the Los Angeles Chargers, ended up not being a blowout necessarily, but I think it was four plays from scrimmage, and the Texans already had two touchdowns, two deep touchdowns right away to start the game. It ended up 20-6, but it was 14-3 at halftime. So 20-16, excuse me. 75-yard touchdown and a 43-yard touchdown with 9 minutes left in the first quarter still to go. The Texans already scored twice on two long touchdown passes from CJ Stroud. So what that win does is bump the Buffalo Bills up from the 6th seed to the 5th seed, and really it solidifies the Houston Texans into the playoffs and eliminates the Indianapolis Colts. So the Colts have 0% chance at this moment in time of making the playoffs. Actually, they that's not going to change. The Colts are not getting into the playoffs.
Yeah.
So two things. That means if the playoffs were to start today, we would have the Bills playing the Pittsburgh Steelers. And I don't mind that game whatsoever, if I'm being honest with you, if it started today. However, with the Ravens win, now the Ravens still have a chance to make the playoffs unless the Pittsburgh Steelers win their game today. So the Steelers' fate is in their own hands, and they will get that fourth seed because they're going to win their division. So they will lock that in if they go into Cleveland and beat the Cleveland Browns today. Is that the hardest test in the world? No, it's not. Is that a division game with a huge rivalry? Yes, it is. The Cleveland Browns are 3-12. The Bills played I don't want to say one of the worst games, but not a good game. The Bills did not play well, soup to nuts, top to bottom last week. And we were there watching it from a little different vantage point, but watching it from where we were, the Bills did not play a good football game. And they still overcame the Browns because the roster is just not there. The talent and the skill is not there for the Cleveland Browns.
They had Denzel Ward and
no, Denzel
Myles
Ward
Garrett.
Didn't play.
Right. So they just had Myles Garrett.
They had Myles Garrett. They had the opposite corner of Denzel Ward. Oh my goodness, his name's escaping me. He played.
Shedeur Sanders played less than half of the game, right? Maybe a little more than half.
No, he only came out for like one drive, a half of a drive towards the end of the first half. Remember,
what
Gabriel?
About at the end of the game, he was.
Oh, yeah. You know what? He might have gotten banged up at the end. You're right. My apology.
Concussion protocol.
Was that what it was?
I believe so. Yeah, I believe so.
I'm not sure about that. The bottom line with this is the Steelers still have their fate is in their own hands, and if they go into Cleveland and win the game, they are still, I believe, locking down the playoffs, because then they'll have 6 losses to Ravens. Then it becomes impossible. The Steelers will still win that division even if they lose next week. So if the Steelers lock it in, then the best percentage chance of the Bills playing a team in the playoffs will be the Steelers at that moment in time.
Which is probably the best case scenario for us.
Well,
that's
the best case scenario is the Jets going into New England today at 1:00 in 2 hours, beating the Patriots. I'm sorry. They're hosting the Patriots, so it's actually in MetLife. So the best case scenario is the Patriots traveling down to New Jersey, because they don't play in New York, by the way. The New York Jets don't play in New York. I know you all probably know that, but that's a talking point to Bills and Giants and Jets fans. You guys don't play in New York. Hate to break it to you. So the Patriots travel to New Jersey to play the Jets. They lay an egg. The Jets and their backup quarterback decide to do something silly and beat the Patriots. Then the Bills win out, and they will get what is most likely a 2 seed. Home field advantage until the AFC Championship, in the event that what looks like the Broncos being number 1 would then have home field, obviously, throughout the playoffs. So unless they lose, the Bills would have home field advantage then throughout the playoffs. That's the best case scenario. No bye, but home field advantage is obviously enormous for the Bills, because the Bills' home record is as good as anybody's in football over the last 5, 6, 8 years. And it's by a decent margin. So that's best case scenario. Most likely scenario, well, I would say best case scenario, I agree with you here. Best case scenario, other than the 2 or 1 seed,
right,
would be to go into Pittsburgh. No doubt.
Because that's probably the worst team right now in the playoffs.
In the AFC, I think that gives us our best matchup.
Yeah.
I absolutely do. I think that gives us our best opportunity. I think they're all favorable for the Buffalo Bills, no question. But I think that gives us our best odds. Why don't we do this real quick? Why don't we mess around and play with this for a moment? We're going to share a screen. Okay, so here's through last night with the Texans. As you can see here, the Texans W, the Broncos, Vikings, and the Cowboys, they all won on Christmas Day, and the Ravens just beat the Packers last night, which is crazy. So let's say Pittsburgh goes on to beat the Browns. Do we think that's going to happen?
Most likely.
I think so. Now, we could play this one of two ways. This is what we think will happen is New England will beat the Jets. But if they don't, watch what happens. Okay, the Jets beat New England. These two games don't matter. These two games don't matter because Indianapolis is now out. So let's just say that Jacksonville wins. Jacksonville just jumps to the 2 seed. Okay?
Yeah.
They jump to the 2 seed. New England goes down to the 3 seed. Who's going to this game doesn't matter. I think Tampa Bay will beat the Dolphins. Fair? Makes sense?
Yeah.
Do we agree? All right. This is a game. Seattle and Carolina. I'm going to give it to Seattle, although Carolina can do some nasty things. If Carolina wins, that doesn't really change much over there, but we're not even looking over here.
Carolina went from barely winning a single game last year.
Would they win 2 games? 1 or 2?
2.
2 games, I think. I agree.
2.
And now they're in the playoffs.
In the 4th seed. And same with Seattle.
Well, that's if they win. Shoot, they might be the playoffs. Oh, my word. Yeah. Exactly. You're absolutely right. You're 100% correct. All right, let's get down here. Eagles or Bills? Bills win. Boom.
3rd seed.
3 seed. If we win today and the Jets lose, we get a 3 seed. Is that great?
And the Jets win, you mean?
Sorry, yes. And how long has that been muted? And why was it muted? Not sure what happened there. Real quick scenario. We might have just messed that up. Maybe we did. Should we just end it and start over?
No. Let me see.
Well, we're just sitting here waiting.
It wasn't muted. It wasn't.
But where is the we never added that to the stage. All right, so here's what we were talking about. Week 17, when we add the Broncos, Texans, the Ravens already happened. So we're going to put in the Steelers. We're going to put in the Jets over the Patriots. Jaguars beating the Colts because the Colts are completely out now. Seahawks over the Panthers, and Bills to beat the Eagles. If those things happen, and then next week, Patriots win, Steelers win, Texans win again, Jaguars, and then if we beat the Jets, we're a number 3 seed. There we go. This is the simulator, the machine, as they call it here on ESPN. Oh, it can happen. Chances are probably not great, obviously, because this is going to happen. Right there. This is the determinant. The Patriots against the Jets. We just flipped that game and boom. We're now going into Pittsburgh, round 1. If everything else stays the same, which I really actually think that it will, even if we lose, then we got the 6th seed, but we're still in. So if we lose today, win next week, excuse me, Houston wins their games. We have, at that point, the same record as Houston, but they have the tiebreaker because
we lost to them
exactly
earlier in the season.
So either go to Jacksonville or go to Pittsburgh. That's basically what's most likely going to happen in terms of percentage land. And I agree. My gut tells me that is exactly what's going to happen.
What do you want?
But we'll see, I guess. We'll see. Today's a big day. Today means a lot. Patriots, Jets. Let's go, Jets.
Yeah.
Never thought I'd be saying that. Let's go,
Whoa.
Jets. Go ahead. Tell them what
New
you
York
think.
team.
I got to add a text here.
Tell them what?
Talk to him what you think.
Oh, we need to put. It's muted.
No, it's not.
Oh, it's not. It's red. We need to put Keon out there. I don't know why he was a healthy scratch. We released McCole Hardman, so hopefully Keon's gonna be in there. Definitely Gabe Davis. That's pretty much a no-doubter. Keon, though, I want him to have a big day, like every day, but it hasn't been working out. When was his last touchdown?
Who Gabe Davis?
Yeah. It's pretty much
for the Bills?
Yeah.
Years ago.
No.
Before he went to Jacksonville.
No, Keon's first touchdown.
Keon's first touchdown?
I mean, last touchdown. Sorry, this year. His last touchdown. That was the Bengals
3 weeks ago.
Bengals game, right?
Did he score against the Bengals?
No.
It was 3 weeks ago. He's been out for 2 weeks. Right? I think he's been out for 2. And
okay.
Whoa. Let me see this. Hold on. It looks like if we're talking about, which we're not, but we are now, you talk about Vegas. This game started at, I believe, a 2.5 point favorite as the Bills were 2.5 point favorite. It went down to 1.5. So it went into Eagles territory. And now it's back to 3 for the Bills. So usually closer to game day, you have your professional style bettors when it gets closer to kickoff, putting the heavy money on where they want to put their bet. And it, shades that line close to kickoff. During the week, when things shade or move in one direction, it usually means the public is going in that direction. And the public is not what you want to follow when it comes to sports gambling, because Vegas will not win if the public, meaning the majority of people, go in a direction that Vegas doesn't want them to go. They're going to lose money. So the public goes heavy in one direction, and then usually the the sharp people at the end of the week, right before game time, go the other direction. The Bills are now a 3-point favorite.
Which is,
I mean, literally, it started. Oh man, it started at 2.5. Then it went to 1.5, and now it's at 3. I don't know. I think that actually leads to Buffalo's direction. But anyway, go ahead. You were talking about Keon Coleman, right?
Yeah. His last touchdown was a couple weeks ago.
Mm-hmm.
He hasn't played since. So, actually, he did play that Bengals game. He had a play or 2. And then healthy scratch last week. Then we released McCole Hardman.
Mm-hmm.
So, I don't know where this is going. Hopefully,
Well, it's either him or Gabe Davis are going to be
Yeah.
elevated to the active roster. He did not score a few catches in Cincinnati or in against Cincinnati in Orchard Park. He scored in back to back games that he played in, which was Miami and Pittsburgh. He scored in the Pittsburgh game in the back of the end zone. I believe it was on fourth down. I remember that play.
Yeah.
Yep.
I remember Spencer Brown picking him up.
Yes,
That's
exactly.
about all I remember.
Exactly. So with the McCole Hardman release, either Gabe or Keon, or maybe both of them, because here's the deal: being that, as you noticed with the simulator that we were showing there for the playoff predictions, not much can happen to really change either one of these teams today's outlook into the playoffs. Not much is changing. And no matter what happens, is kind of what I'm getting at. Even if they lose, both of these teams lose today, they still pretty much stand right where they are. They might change one seed or the other. And unless one of these coaches in these organizations really don't want their seeding to change drastically, I don't want to say drastically, but one seed, if they think that's a huge deal, then both of these teams, or one, and we don't know which one, might go into today a little lax, making sure injuries don't creep up or people that have been injured don't re-aggravate, don't get the rest, maybe rushing someone back too quickly. That can happen. And if they take that mindset, then today's a crapshoot. Unless the Jets beat the Patriots by the time kickoff comes for the Bills Eagles, and then we know that the Bills are going to go gangbusters, go all in, right? You have to at that point, because then you still got a chance for the 2 seed or 3, either one, which at that point makes pretty big difference, because now you're talking about home field advantage. But 5, 6, and 7, you're not getting. Wait, 4. 2 plays 7, 3 plays 6, 4 plays 5. Yeah, you're not getting home field advantage. So you have to understand the situation, which we do, but we don't, because we're not in their head. And if the Bills do take this relatively safe, then I think it's a great day for Gabe and Keon to both get activated and get some reps, see what they have, let the coaching staff get them some activity, because Lord knows you need to be healthy and have depth at certain all positions coming to the playoff time, and depth will be just as important as anything. So I say they might actually both play today, Gabe and Keon, but I don't know that. If I had to bet, unfortunately, I would say that Gabe Davis is activated and Keon is another scratch.
Well, then,
if I'm saying what I want to happen, obviously, I want Keon on the field. Gabe Davis is an absolute stud. I don't know why he's been healthy scratch the last 2 weeks. I don't know why they put up McCole Hardman last week. Punt returns. Did he even return a punt?
No.
I don't know that he did. So I don't know what that. I don't know why did we do that and then release him? I don't understand. They brought him right off of IR pretty quickly, way before the 21-day window, and activated him and then released it. I don't know. That was a weird move. I have no clue what happened there. Not a clue what happened. So if we look at Philadelphia, though, their injury report is also, well, I don't know if it's as big, but they're dealing with some things also. And the biggest one of all is Lane Johnson. You see up on top, he's not playing. He is out. So they're starting left tackle, all-world left tackle, keeping Jalen Hurts healthy and moving bodies for Saquon Barkley to run rampant. Last year especially, not so much this year. It's his job. He's as good as they come in the business. He's out today. What that means for the Bills. What do you think?
I don't know.
You don't know. Okay, so Lane Johnson, if he's not healthy, then it's opening up a strong possibility for Greg Russo and Joey Bosa, the mix of our defensive ends, whoever it may be, to get after Jalen Hurts in the event that they don't run the football 57 times, which they might, because they really match up against our defense quite well. Their run game does. I think Saquon Barkley probably has a pretty big day. He's probably going to break one or two long runs. Are they going to amount to touchdowns? I don't know, but I just don't know what we do to stop that, because that's not our strong suit. We have to fill the box and blitz. Get after Jalen Hurts, make him feel uncomfortable, and create some kind of turnover margin. That's how I think we need to beat them if we're going to beat them today. But I don't know what we're going to put out there. I don't know what type of team we're going to put out there. So if we're playing balls out, then that's how you beat them. You do what you can to minimize the run the best you can, fill in the box, allow Shaq Thompson, Matt Milano just stuff the gaps, stay disciplined, and then you exploit the backup Johnson, no relation, Lane's backup, and get after Jalen Hurts. Make him make some decisions and throw under duress, because he's not the greatest at that. Does he have legs? Can he escape pressure and scramble when needed? Yes, he does, and that scares me a little bit as well. But I think that's how you beat the Eagles.
He's not a Josh Allen, though.
Oh, no one's a Josh Allen. I agree with that. But he understands how to get away and evade pressure. And he's got two very highly talented wide receivers on the outside in A.J. Brown and Devontae Smith. I personally feel that Christian Benford matches up with A.J. Brown relatively well. I'm not saying you can shut the guy down.
Smith.
Thank you. Maxwell and Trey White, I think both. Yeah, go ahead. Yeah. Because what?
Christian Benford, big body,
exactly,
like physical guy.
Right, and A.J. Brown is a much larger, stronger receiver.
Yeah, he's like a DK Metcalf.
He's darn close. You're right.
Devontae Smith is kind of like, I don't know, what's his name? Justin Jefferson or Jamar Chase.
Body styles?
Yeah, body style, like
types of twitchy movement.
Not really like, let me truck through this guy.
Yep, I agree with that.
Maxwell can lock down a guy like that. Fast body on fast body and strong body on strong body. I think we'll have a good defense.
And Trey White has proven
enough
all of his doubters wrong, including me, that he is much better than we thought. And since week 6, he's been, quite honestly, an absolute stud. If you look at his numbers, look at his metrics, and what he's giving up is damn near nothing. And Benford's obviously there as well. Maxwell Harrison is having a good rookie season. He doesn't get all the snaps. He's learning. He's getting better. He's flashed, obviously, signs of being potentially a true CB1 in his career at some point. And our past defense has not been bad under any circumstance or any metric, with the exception of just playing so soft from time and time again that we just allow everything underneath. The Eagles are dead last in yard after catch.
Right.
So you can play with some pressure here, because they're not breaking tackles. They're not eluding the defense after they catch the football. Literally dead last in the NFL. So they're possession receivers. A.J. Brown is a possession receiver. You can throw the ball to him when he's fully covered and boxed, and he might still catch the football. But that doesn't mean he's going to catch the football and then gain another 10, 15, 20 yards. That's just not what they do. So be aggressive. Get after him. Get after the quarterback. You can still fill the box. And if you're going to play some zone, which I'm sure we will, of course we will, be aggressive. Maybe try to jump a route or two. Get that turnover. That's what I want from our defense. Go get the football.
Yeah.
And if you're going to make a mistake, at least it's against a team that does not exploit those mistakes nearly as well as others in terms of yard after catch. Make a mistake being aggressive, much better than just playing back and allowing them to just dink and dunk and pick you apart all day long. All day long. I'd rather be aggressive. Another reason for being aggressive is the weather today in Orchard Park is supposed to be horrible. It's supposed to be very cold and raining. Not even snow, but raining. It's not good for throwing the football. So you got to stack the box. We will see all right, let's break this down. We should stack the box stop the run, especially when the run is going to be really, really prevalent today. You would think if it's pouring rain all day and freezing. The Eagles defense, however, stacks the box less than every team in the NFL.
Yeah, so
less than every team in the NFL. 9% of the time they put 8 men or more in the box.
okay,
Only 9% of the time. They run a base defense more than anybody in the NFL. 3-4, 4-3 looks at the most, really. A lot of 6-men fronts, and they rely on nickel dime defenses. Their defensive back crew is fantastic. Tops in the league, no doubt. They really have shut down just about anybody that's on the field throwing the football. They're second in EPA, while they're only 15th in EPA against the run. They're second against the pass. So take what they're giving you, jam the football down their throat. And the majority of the yards that they've been giving up and how they've been beat on the ground is outside concepts, outside the tackles, which the Bills absolutely have the ability to do so. And they've proven that time and time again. They've run inside, they've run outside, they've run man duos, they've run zone coverage or zone schemes. They've shown and proved all of it. This is what I feel we're going to see a lot of the Bills. My opinion, we shall see, although I will say the weather may not be conducive for this type, but I want to show you what I think the Bills are going to do. Right here, this play. This is against the Panthers months and months ago. Forget exactly what week this was, maybe week 8 or so, right after the bye. We won 30-6 or something like that. Okay. Here's basically the same look that the Eagles will give us quite often. You got 3 guys down. Excuse me. You have one defensive end on the Bills' left side, 2 linebackers, and the other end on the right side is just so far out. It might even be a nickel backer. I can't really tell, or a nickel corner. I can't really tell. But basically, you have 6 people in the box here. Okay. And we are playing 11 personnel with Terrell Shavers, who has been there since this week. He's lining up really extremely tight, almost as if he was a tight end.
Like in the slot.
40% of the time. Yeah. A tight slot. Like almost a 12 personnel with 2 or 3 tight ends, which I think we should run this week. Here we go. Toss outside. Boom. McGovern, second level. Because there's only 3 down linemen, he's easy to get to the second level. Osiris Torrance, pin block. Number 76 there.
Josh Allen blocking.
Josh Allen is also literally blocking. You're not kidding. Here's Jackson Hawes. Push that guy out, that wide end. Deion Dawkins going to the next level, pushing out. So you got a pin, a push out, and then Shavers gets to the third level. The third level, because there's only 6 people in the box. Getting to that deep safety. And here's what James Cook does. Sees that. Look at that alley. Look at how perfect that blocking is. Now, this is one play, people. I understand. But we ran this play, I want to say, 12 times or so against the Panthers, and just 8 yards was probably the least amount of yards. That thing had to have averaged 10 yards. I don't have the numbers in front of me. But this play here was 12 or 13 yards. And this is what we're going to do because the Philadelphia Eagles run damn near the same formation and the same type of concept, and they don't go away from it. They don't go away from it, and they're susceptible to outside run. So look at that. And there's your 12, 13 yards. I know it happens like this. Boom. And the Bills have proven that they can repeat, scrub, repeat over and over and over again. Let me see if I can find another one of these for us here. Oh, well, let me show you here. I want to break down why I think that this is a video that I had put up earlier in the week. Here's the Eagles. What were we talking about? All right.
Yep.
They have this one extra guy, but this end over here to our right is a little tighter than the Panthers, and that's about it. So you got 4 down linemen here. And watch this. Is that not the same play? This is the Eagles defense. I'm showing this as an example because this is the same damn play.
It doesn't look like they're blocking.
No, they're not.
Bills,
and you're absolutely correct. Listen to this. They're just a standard toss to the left. Now I'm not gonna. I don't know when and how I was saying what I was saying, but what I was getting at, meaning I don't know when to scroll this thing to find out to get to that point. But all we need to do, and this is why it's relatively a zone concept. All we need to do as the Bills is, and great point, Easton. You're 100% right. Look at these arrows. So
block better.
You block the way the defense makes you block.
Right.
Meaning these defenders crashed inside. So you see these arrows. So they just start to pinch downward. The Panthers flew with the motion and with the toss. So then you just keep pushing them back, and James Cook can then cut back when you give him a lane. But if they're going to all crash down towards the middle of the line of scrimmage, well, then just pin them against each other. In this instance here, you see all these arrows. This is exactly what I was getting at, which you were absolutely correct. Just keep pushing them, and you will get a lane, whether it's a cutback lane, excuse me, or just keeping them on the outside. See, okay, this is exactly what we were talking about here. Pin, 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 pin. No kick out because there's nobody to kick out. They all go, there we go. They're all going inside. Let's just, okay. See that? This is exactly what you're talking about. They're all going inside, so you just pin them down towards the middle of the line of scrimmage. You read the defender, and if they're going that way, fine. Just shove them all to the inside.
Yeah.
And then James Cook, in this case, I think this is Omarion, or I believe it's Omarion from Los Angeles, reads that and just shoots it outside, and he will get probably a 15, 20-yard run. And this is where your third level is making this play. That's Reed Blankenship up top, I believe. Has to fly downhill and make a play, but he's not going to make it before 10, 12, 15 yards. I mean, it's just every time. Yeah, great job. And that's the same play. It's the same play we just ran against the Panthers that I showed you that I think we can run multiple times against the Eagles.
What I was saying, when I said just block better, was when we did that same play against the Panthers, we were able to block much better than that than the Chargers did. Well, it looked a lot better on camera.
Oh, see, I thought you were saying they blocked it better. I thought you were saying the Chargers did.
No. We blocked better.
Oh.
The Chargers needed to block a little better.
I get what you're saying. Well, yeah, I mean, listen, I don't disagree with you if you're thinking that they need to make that lane that the Bills did, but depending on the situation, depending on what the defenders do, you kind of allow the defenders to make their mind up, and you just push them one way, and then you have your running back read where you're going with it, and it actually makes it a lot easier to block that way. That's just from my experience. If you need to force somebody to go right and they're really strong going left off the rip, well, that's tough to do. Then just keep pushing them wide. It's like what our tackles do, right? Deion Dawkins and Spencer Brown. If a D end is going to take a wide route to the quarterback, okay, fine, just keep pushing them out there, and then the quarterback can step up in the pocket and not get touched. You know what I'm saying? So, good job picking up on that, though, dude. Honestly, that was a great job. But I think that's what the Bills can do against the Eagles' rush defense, which is middle of the pack in the NFL. Nothing to write home about. Their pass defense is top of the charts, no question. And it's setting up for a run game. So it's just going to be smash mouth James Cook versus Saquon Barkley. If the weather's going to be that nasty, that's what it's kind of lining up to be, in my mind.
And I don't know if you remember this, but first game last year in Brazil.
Okay. For who?
Eagles and Green Bay Packers.
Yep.
Saquon was not able to withstand that type of field, like the nastiness.
Oh, that's right. But it was sod too. It was grass, right? He was sliding in
grass, and he slipped 3 yards behind the line of scrimmage.
I remember that.
Pretty much every play.
I remember that.
I don't know if he's might be different on a turf field.
I'm sure it will be, but if it's wet,
nasty.
And he's the guy that really needs to get good footing.
Sorry.
then maybe that'll come into play. It certainly could. Certainly could. Bills defense, holes, injuries. We'll pull up the injury report for the Bills real quick, show you that. And this is the last report before game time. There we are.
Josh Allen.
Not great. Josh Allen, the beginning of the week didn't start out great. Let's put it that way. It didn't end fantastic either, but it started out even worse than it ended. With Josh Allen in his foot, he's a full go. Is he going to be favoring that? Are they not going to allow him to do what he normally does? Are they going to tell him to slide, get down, take the sack, don't try to extend plays, don't scramble, don't run? Maybe. Don't hurt yourself for the playoffs. I get it. Totally understand it. Bishop, full, even though he had a designation of ribs. Joey Bosa, full. That's just a veteran thing, in my opinion. Ray Davis, full. Daquan Jones is out. That's a big deal. That is an interior defensive lineman, along with, if you notice towards the bottom, Jordan Phillips. So, yes, Poyer. Yeah. But we got 2 interior linemen, defensive linemen, out this week, both of which have made their presence known here lately.
Right.
And Kincaid and Knox are both questionable for the game.
Well, those are I'm to the point only tight ends, pretty much.
Yeah. Well, Jackson
Hawes. I forgot about him.
He's a stud, but he's not. He doesn't get nearly the run that these guys do, and he doesn't get as many targets for sure.
Yeah,
he's a fantastic blocking tight end, and quite honestly, he showed a lot of promise in the receiving game. He just hasn't got the opportunities. But if both those guys are on the fence, here's my problem. Okay, we beat the Eagles. The Patriots win out. We're still sitting in the same position.
Yeah.
If the Patriots don't lose, there's no reason for us to be literally hurting ourselves, killing ourselves to win this football game. Dawson Knox, Dalton Kincaid, you guys are questionable. Sit out. Sorry, I don't like saying this. Dalton Kincaid has missed, 5 games this year, 6 games. It's horrible. Hate that. But sit out, bro. We need you in 2 weeks.
Right.
Now, if the Jets lose, or if the Jets pull off some miracle, strap it up, boys. This is football. We got a chance for home field advantage in a 2 seed. Okay? Strap it up. Let's play. If they don't, which they probably won't, then I don't want anybody going out there and getting hurt. I really don't. I'm glad Jordan Poyer's sitting out, if I'm being honest. I don't want him playing if he's even close to being questionable.
Yeah, but he's a big part of this team also. So if they do win and we need to win, I don't know who we're going to put out there.
Well, it's a good question. Who's going to start at that other safety position?
What's good? Joe Andrews. No, he's a tackle, right?
No, he's a linebacker.
Oh,
you're talking. Here's your options at safety to play next to Cole Bishop. Jordan Hancock.
There we go.
Cam Lewis. And or the gentleman that we signed, 2 weeks ago, Darnell Savage. Those are our safety options. All right, I can't think of another one. I don't believe I'm missing anybody.
Cole Bishop is a free safety. He's a free safety, though, not a strong.
Well, they're interchangeable for the most part. So that's who you got. Now look at Taron Johnson. Look at him. He was limited too for Wednesday, Thursday, and then full. I just don't want anybody to play this game, try to bring him back too early, or when it's a little iffy, they play anyway, and they try to be tough guys, which I understand they're all tough. I'm not saying any one of them are not, because they are. But then re-aggravate, make something worse, or create something that's then going to be an issue in the next few weeks in the playoffs that wasn't there prior, to try to beat a Philadelphia Eagles team when, if we win, does nothing for us. That's my fear.
Yeah.
That's my fear. Listen, the Philadelphia Eagles are the one team that McDermott and Josh Allen have not beat together in the NFL. They're the only team in their tenure that they have not beat yet. Don't let that be a thing, please, boys. I want to beat the Eagles. We all want to beat the Eagles. We never want to lose a football game.
Right.
But I want to beat the Steelers and or the Jaguars and then possibly the Patriots and then the Broncos more than I want to beat the Steelers. If that makes sense. I want to beat those three teams. Then I want to beat the Eagles right now. I want to beat the next the playoff opponents and head to that Super Bowl a lot more than I want to beat the Eagles right now. I'll gladly give the Eagles this loss if it means we're healthy and we go to the Super Bowl than having an enormous injury list come playoff time, but say, oh, we beat the Eagles in week 17. Like, I don't care. I don't care because of the implications that this game has, which is not many. So that's a little nerve-wracking. It got better since Wednesday because when this came out on Wednesday, we all literally threw up a little bit in our mouths. We didn't know what the hell to say or what to think. But it's all better now for the most part. We're going to wrap this up. We're going to be live later. Give me your prediction for this game, Easton, and a hot take, and I will try to stay equal to what mine was earlier in the week, and I'll give you mine. What's your prediction?
Yeah.
Or do you want to wait and do it right before the pregame?
24-17.
Oh, okay. Oh.
Bills.
24-17 Bills. Hot take. Something crazy that's going to happen?
If Keon plays, Keon has a touchdown or two. If Gabe plays, Gabe Davis is going to have a touchdown or two.
So whoever gets elevated in the wide receiver room, big day, finds Pater. Okay, this is what I told Danny Mitchell.
And Deion Walker with a fumble.
Forced fumble, Deion Walker. Okay, awesome. I love that. I love that. This is what I said earlier this week, and I'll keep it the same, although I wouldn't mind a loss here from the Bills if it meant keeping people healthy. If we go out there and we give it everything we got and we get destroyed, that's going to be scary. But if it meant keeping people healthy, I wouldn't mind a loss. However, my prediction is that both teams will equally be playing this game in terms of being cautiously optimistic. And I think the Bills win it at the end of the game. Actually, I'm going to do 31-28 Bills. The rain might damper that a bit, so I might have to bring that down to like 28-25 or 27-24. But I'm going to stick with what I said earlier in the year or early in the week. 31-28 Bills, and Michael Badgley kicks a game-winning field goal as time is expiring or under 10 seconds. Under 10 seconds. Michael Badgley, the guy that we watched in warm-ups last week, barely, and I mean this, barely be able to get the football. Well, he didn't actually. Could not get the football to the field goal post from 52 yards away.
He was on
NFL kicker.
47 or something, right?
No, he's on the 42.
He was on the 42. Oh,
yeah. Plus the end zone of 10. And we have it. We put it up on TikTok. Yeah, we put it up there, and it was, it was tough. The wind was howling and everything, and I understand that, but it was kind of tough to watch. But he's going to come up and he's going to kick a game winner today. It's going to be a close game, and we're still going to pull this thing down. And let's go Jets. One time.
Go Jets.
Go Jets, baby. We'll talk to everybody later. See ya.